ورحمة الله وبركاته. How's everyone doing? Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, let's begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما. اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم فقهنا في الدين. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. Inshallah, today we will cover, last time we started Surah Al-Baqarah, Alhamdulillah. So inshallah, we will continue. I believe we did till ayah number, did we do ayah number 3? But we didn't get to 4, did we? Okay, alright, inshallah. So let's have the recitation from 1 through 5, and then we will review from 1 to 3, and then we will do 4 and 5, inshallah. Analysis, inshallah. Okay, so inshallah, now everyone start repeating after me, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. I think I started Fatiha. 1 second. Let me do. Sorry, my bad. That was my bad. Okay, let's begin again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. Is there like a scrolling issue on because I am actually scrolling on the ayah 1 through 12. I mean, of Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay. Yeah, I'm scrolling down according to where we are going, so inshallah. I hope it's working. Maybe some of you guys' screens froze or something. Maybe that's the issue. Alright, inshallah, let's continue. Let's do ayah number 4 again, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. Alright, inshallah, now we will, I guess, I want review 1 through 3 right now because we have, finished it and we only have a little bit time. So inshallah, next week we will have a whole review over everything, but now for right now, inshallah, we will just start off from ayah number 4, inshallah. Inshallah, so everyone take out your notebooks and we'll go over the analysis. Ayah number 4, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وَالَّذِينَ. Now on وَالَّذِينَ over here, what type of tha do we have here? The tongue tha or the buzzing bee zay? Yes, good job, mashallah, the tongue one. So make sure that you have your tongue in between the two sets of your teeth when you say it. وَالَّذِينَ وَالَّذِينَ. Make sure that you have your tongue in between the two sets of your teeth when you say it, inshallah. يُؤْمِنُونَ over here, there is a hamza in between, right? On yu'minuna, there is a hamza in between. And where is Hamza in your throat? Bottom, yes, good job, inshallah. It's the bottom of your throat, so make sure that you have that very keen sound when you say it. Yes, kind of a jerky sound when you say it, inshallah. يؤمنون يؤمنون inshallah. بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك. Now, over here, there are two rules that obviously I cannot teach you today, but I guess I'll go over them later on, maybe next week, inshallah. There are some new rules that I have to tell you, but inshallah, let's go over what we have learned so far. Inshallah, next week we'll cover more over, what we haven't covered. All right, so unzila. We're doing ikhfa. Yes, good job, mashallah. Make sure that you do ikhfa there because the zai is not from hurufi halaqi, right? Say unzila. Now, what type of za is this? Is it the buzzing bee zai or the tongue the? It's the tongue one. Yeah, I mean, no, it's the buzzing bee one. So make sure that you say unzila, right? It's not the tongue one, it's the buzzing bee one. So don't have your teeth in between the two sets of your teeth, inshallah. It's the zoo buzzing bee one, inshallah. Ilayka over here, what rule are we having here? We're having lean, right? We're having lean over here on ilayka, right? Lay over there we're having lean. Why? Because the lam has a fatha on it, right? So we need to make sure that we smile. How do we know we're doing lean on the ya? We need to make sure we smile, right? To make sure you do lean, you smile with the ya sukun, right? وَمَا أُنزِلَ again, nun sukun you do ikhfa, right? Zai is the buzzing bee one, right? Min qablik, make sure you do ikhfa on the min over there. And then qaf, make sure that's from huruf tafkhim, so you need to make sure that's full mouth, inshallah. Ba is from huruf qalqala, which means we need to bounce on them. I'm not sure, did I go over huruf qalqala with you guys? No, okay. So I'll go over that next time, inshallah. So you need to basically on huruf qalqala, on the letters of qalqala, they're the bouncing letters. You need to make sure you bounce on them. So qablik, not qablik, but qabilik, inshallah. وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. Now, over here, alif with anything on top of it, I'll have to actually teach you. I think I already did. Alif with anything on top of it is equal to hamza. Yes, good job, mashallah. Make sure that you have that hamza sound in there, right? And then there's the alif maqsura, so that means you need to pronounce it two harakas, right? Kha over here is from huruf tafkhim, so make sure that it's full mouth, right? Ra has a fatha on it, so you need to make sure that's also full mouth. Ha is in the bottom of your throat. Hum yuqinun. Make sure you extend on you. Don't say yuqinun. Say yuqinun. Inshallah. Qaf is from huruf tafkhim. Inshallah. Ulaika ala. Ala over here is from the ayn over there is in the middle of your throat, right? Lam has a alif maqsoor on it. Make sure you extend it to harakas. Hudan. Ha is from the bottom of your throat. Hudam min rabbihim. Make sure you do not say min rabbihim, you say min rabbihim. You connect the two, the mim and the ra. Why? Because ra has a tajdeed on it. Ha again is from the bottom of your throat. Wa ulaika, make sure that you have that hamza sound in there and e right there. And then hum over here, make sure ha is from the bottom of your throat. Muflihun over here, make sure your ha is from the middle of your throat. Inshallah, ha is from the middle of your throat. Now, inshallah, we went over some brief rules today of these ayahs. Practice a little bit, inshallah. I know I went a little too fast today because we were getting out of time because of everything that happened. But inshallah, hopefully next week everything will turn out good. So inshallah, your homework is to practice these ayahs with the rules that I've told you already. And then, we will go on from there, inshallah. So we'll end here, inshallah, for this week. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you all doing?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I am doing good. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair for asking. Alhamdulillah. So let's start, inshallah. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم آتنا أفضل ما تؤتي عبادك الصالحين. آمين. So in our last class, we learned the huruf al-muqatta'at, the first ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah, Alhamdulillah. And we learned how exciting it is and how, big blessing this is that we are learning Surah Al-Baqarah, Alhamdulillah. You all are, mashallah, the students of the Quran and, the students of learning Surah Al-Baqarah, Alhamdulillah. So today, inshallah, we will start the second ayah, inshallah, and let's look into it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ذلك الكتاب. That الكتاب, the book. Al goes for the, and kitabu, book. La, not, rayba, any doubt, fihi, in it. So what we are learning here is that dhalika, as we know, it's a ism ishara, is saying dhalika, that. Al-kitabu, the book. What is the root word? Kaf, ta, ba. That book. Which book are we talking about? Which book Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us about? The book Quran. Very good, mashallah. It is Quran. And why this is not used? Why it is not hada? Why dhalika is used? There are two reasons. One is that dhalika, it is used. Why? Because to honor this book. To honor the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also, as we all know that the Quran was brought down from Lawh Mahfuz, from the sky. So the thing is that, that book also that is in Lawh Mahfuz up there in the skies, that book is a holy book. That's in a holy place. And as we go ahead in the more definition, in the more detail, I'll tell you why. Dhalikal kitabu. That book, la rayba, not la. You all know, you have learned, as we did the in Surah Al-Fatiha, walad dallin, the word la. So la, not, rayba, rayb. What is the root word? Ra, ya, ba, rayb. La rayba. And rayb is, what does it mean? Doubt. There is no doubt. Now, what kind of doubt? As you know, in Arabic, there are other words for the doubt as well, like for example, shak, right? But here, raib is used. Raib means it's kind of doubt, a doubt that makes a person not feel good from inside, unsatisfied. A person that's not feeling satisfied. It's kind of like, it's uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable. So there is no doubt in that book. Which book? The Quran. Fihi, in it. So there is no doubt in this book that you are holding, that you are about to read, you are about to learn. This book that you are taking in your hand, this book that you are about to learn, This book does not have any doubt. You know why? We have been learning, when a person comes and learn the Quran, what happens? Shaitan, he doesn't like it. Who is our enemy? Shaitan, right? Does he want us to be guided? No. He want to, what is his job? To misguide us, right? He want to make us do things that anger Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He want to make us do things so that the person will go towards the path of Jahannam. Yes, he want to send us to Jahannam. Very good. Very good, Salman. So this book that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, there is no doubt in it. So we should always be remembering, Shaitan comes and put doubt. Some people say, I don't know, should we be learning it? Should we be, try to understand, or what is it in this book? Is it true or no? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, no, this book, that Quran that you are taking now in your hand, this is complete truth. Why? Because it's from the Creator, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created us. There is nothing wrong in this book. There is no doubt in this book. And this book, Hudan lil Muttaqeen, Hudan, we learned this book, we learned this word, Hidayah, right? Did all of you remember? Do all of you remember? Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. We learned this word, Hadaliya, right? And what is it? The guidance. Hidayah is what kind of guidance? Guiding with affection. Guiding gently with affection, right? So it guides. This book, it guides. It's a guide. It's a guidance. For who? Lil. Li over here is used for. What does it mean? Li, for. Al-muttaqeen. Those who adopt taqwa. Those, it is for those who adopt taqwa. So this book, there is no doubt in this. Take this book as with complete confidence that there is nothing wrong in this book. Whatever this book says, it's 100% true. It's 100% correct. If our mind or our culture or our society is saying anything against whatever is in this book, who is wrong? Is the book wrong, or the thing, the culture or people or society is wrong? Yes, the society is wrong. Other people are wrong. This book has everything right in it. There is nothing wrong in this book. This book, when you come and learn this book, every order, everything that this tells you is true. It's 100% true. So when you come to this book, you should remember that this book is haq. Yes, very good. It's true. There is nothing wrong in this book. Everything that it says is 100% true. And it will guide who? It will guide those people who adopt taqwa. Who adopt taqwa. And as I was mentioning, we will learn what is taqwa. But before we learn the taqwa, I want to tell you one thing. As you all know, there are some people who read Quran. They're non-Muslim, some of them. And when they read Quran, they, you might hear them saying wrong things about it, right? And, sometimes they don't understand the Quran properly. And then they say wrong things and they do propaganda against Quran or Islam. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that this book will guide the people who come with the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who want to safeguard themselves from the hellfire, who want to save themselves, who want to protect themselves from kufr and shirk. It will guide them. So those people, there is another ayah in the Quran, in the Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah number 26. Over here in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that with the Quran, there are some people who get guided. Who? فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ. They know that it is haqq from their Rabb. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَيَقُولُونَ مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا. So when different examples are given in the Quran to the people those people who have kufr in their hearts, what do? they start criticizing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's orders. And then they say, oh, what does it mean by this example? They started criticizing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, يُضِلُّ بِهِ كَثِيرًا وَيَهْدِي بِهِ كَثِيرًا. So there are, in the examples in the Quran, the things in the Quran, people, what kind of people who get misguided? Who don't want to be guided. Those people who want to criticize, they come to Quran not with a in a way to learn from it, rather they want to criticize it. And so a lot of people who have kufr and shirk in their minds, they get misguided. But the people who have truth in their heart, they want to find out about their Rabb, they want to follow the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are in the search of the truth. When they come, they want to save themselves. When they come to Quran, they learn and they get guided. So as we were mentioning about the taqwa, the muttaqeen. What does taqwa mean? And it's very important for all of us to understand what taqwa means. It is like the one of it says that it is derived like the word ittaqa. It is taken out, the muttaqi is taken out from the from ittaqa, and ittaqa is what? It's kind of like to safeguard yourself, to protect yourself from something harmful. To protect yourself from what? From shirk, from kufr. Number one, to protect yourself from shirk, from kufr, from the things that anger Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And after believing and coming to iman, what you do is protecting yourself from even minor sins, from even other sins, the small sins, from big sins and minor sins, trying to save yourself, protect yourself from all the bad things, from even the mutashabihat, the things that are kind of like, okay, if there should we do them, should we not do them? The muttaqi person, he protects himself. He says, no, I want to make sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like it, whatever I do. So there are some people who go for fatwa. They try to find fatwa and they do it. But some people, they go for taqwa. They want to protect themselves the best way. They want to find the best possible choice to make Allah happy. This book will definitely guide who will adopt taqwa. Those people who have taqwa, who are muttaqeen. And not just protecting, and also trying to do everything from inside and out what Allah like. So taqwa as a whole, if you look into it, it's kind of like it's kind of like example is, if you are going through the thorny bushes, from in between thorny bushes, and you have there is no other way. You have to cross there, like there's a narrow path, a narrow pathway, and it is surrounded by both the sides. There are thorny bushes, and you have to cross by. You have to cross in between. How would you go? You will protect yourself from those thorns. You wouldn't want those thorns to come and stick with your clothes or even hurt your skin, hurt you. You don't want that, right? So what you would do is that when you will walk carefully. You will make sure those thorns are not getting in your in your clothes, in your skin. They're not harming you anyway, right? So when a person, a Muslim, a muttaqi person who want to protect himself from sins, that's how careful that person is while he's walking, he's living in this world. You want to make sure that every sin, whether small or big, like you are not going to say, okay, this is a small thorn, so no problem, let it rip my skin off, right? You will not do that. Sometimes people say, oh, it's just a small sin, it's not really that big of a deal, what's the big deal? It's not. A muttaqi person is a person who always protect himself, whether it's a small sin or big sin. So he walks through the way of this life, protecting himself from the sins, from the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like, just like a person will walk between the thorny bushes to protect himself from from the thorns. So how would this person will live? This person would live a careful life. This person will live with complete consciousness. He will be aware. He will not be okay just walking without knowing what's around him. This kind of person, a muttaqi person, will know, okay, what is right and what is wrong, what things make Allah happy. He will think about it. He will be, intelligent person, thinking, pondering about things. Okay, this thing I don't think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would like, right? So he's not going to be a careless person, would use everything, whatever Allah has given, in the best possible way to make Allah happy. So this book, when this kind of person would take this book and open up this book and would start to learn, okay, I want to find out what makes Allah angry and what makes Allah happy. And let me just learn this book. Let me just learn what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us. And then when that person learns whatever is in the Quran, and when that person reads and as he keep on applying, alhamdulillah, mashallah. I have some students, mashallah, as they learn, I see them applying those ayahs in their life. And it's just their personality keep on shining, mashallah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So this book will guide the people of taqwa, the people who want to protect themselves from fire, from hellfire, from shirk, from kufr, from bad deeds, from everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like. And also, this book will also show what can you do to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy. So it will guide those people who have taqwa, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. And in the next ayahs, as we know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning different characteristics. And since our time is up, so we cannot go in the next ayah, but you will learn the characteristics of muttaqi inshallah next time, that what those people of taqwa do, how do they lead their life, inshallah. So we will conclude here. Your homework is to make sure that you recite these ayahs and you memorize the translation of these ayahs. It's very important, and think and ponder about it, inshallah. And if possible, try to listen to the recordings, and try to make sure, just remember, install in yourself each ayah and make sure that you think and ponder. And remember, try to find out, are you a muttaqi? Are you a person who want, what is your goal in your life, right? Are you trying to be muttaqi? Do you want guidance? Then when you want guidance, then ask Allah, oh Allah, guide me. When you are reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, remember to ask, when you are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, try to ponder about the meaning of it. And as we have asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Fatiha, that, oh Allah, guide us, how is it related to this ayah that we just learned? Is that since we asked in the beginning of the Quran, we asked Allah, oh Allah, guide us to the straight path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that if you want the guidance from this book, then we need to become who? We need to become muttaqi. We need to adopt taqwa. If we want guidance, then what should we do? We need to adopt taqwa. And that's why I want your homework is to really, listen to the recording of this and find out, are you adopting taqwa in your life or no? And what steps can you do to adopt taqwa, inshallah, in your life? وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, each ayah that you are learning, it's like you in your personality, you are adding diamonds inside you, in your heart. So try to absorb and memorize. Remember to memorize, make sure to memorize the translation of it, inshallah. And you are becoming richer and richer as you're learning each ayah, mashallah. All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Okay. How are all of you? I'm good, alhamdulillah. Okay. So, before we start the second book, and the second book, inshallah, we'll be learning a lot more, and a lot more things, and a lot more ways that we can say sentences, and lots of things like that. So, inshallah, before we do that, I wanted to look at these ayat that we did. Is it harder? Not for you guys. For you guys, inshallah, it'll be the same. You guys have learned so much more, so it's not going to be harder. The first two ayat that you guys did in Tajweed and Tafsir of Surah Baqarah, I wanted to see how much you guys knew from the Arabic. What did you guys see that you already knew? What rules did you find out? What kinds of things like that? Just like we used to do with our old ayat. What can we see in the ayat that we're doing at the same time today? Muaz, inshallah, with all these rules we learn. We learn vocab, we learn how to speak, we learn all these kinds of things. Exactly. In this first one, Alif Lam Mim, you guys know haruf muqatta'at, right? But when we look at the second ayah, when we see like a sentence, dhalika, right? You guys notice dhalika was a pointing word, right? Dhalika al-kitab, and you know al-kitab, that is the book. Al-kitab, what kind of word is that? Al-kitabu. So dhalika, that, a pointing word, al-kitab, it's a definite, right? The book. It's a very specific book, right? Even if you look at the translation, it says the book in very big letters, right? It's definite. Dhalika al-kitab, la rayba. You guys know la, right? Yes, exactly. They're talking about a very, very specific book, and that book is the Quran, yes. So, la, no, right? You guys know that. La, no, rayba, any doubt. And then what else do you see? What else do you see? Perfect. You guys saw the fee. So you saw the fee is the in, right? You guys know that. Fil madrasa, fil kitab, right? You guys know fee. Fee means in. So there you go. You already knew 1, 2, 3, 4 words. You already knew almost half of that. And then what do you guys see at the next part? Hudan. Hudan. What can you guys tell me? What do you think? Yes, exactly, Fiza. You see the tanween. So what can you tell? Hudan? What can you tell about that word? Let's look at, yes, any or a. It's kind of, yes, it's an indefinite word. Hudan. It has a tanween. Whenever you see a tanween, it's a or any. And when we look at the translation, hudan, a guidance. So when we see this tanween, it's indefinite. A guidance. Lil muttaqeen, for those who adopt taqwa. Okay, so inshallah, mashallah, you guys have already learned, I think, half of that ayah, and it's a pretty long ayah. It's the second ayah in the surah. So inshallah, you guys will be able to learn full ayahs soon. You know, full ayahs like this, full sentences, and inshallah, you guys can talk and use these rules. Okay, so in Book 2. So are you guys ready to start the second book? Mashallah, 17 lessons done. Now you're back to another start of a book. Finished one book, now you're at the beginning of another. Inshallah, it'll be a lot more interesting. And you guys will be learning so much more rules, and everything will make sense. No, inshallah, you will be ready. As long as you can follow along. A lot of the rules, it's not that hard. Inshallah, we'll explain them to you. You guys will always have time to ask questions and things like that. So let's look at it. Ad-darsul awwalu. It's not scary at all, right? The first lesson. The first lesson. Ad-darsul awwal. So we're here again at the first lesson of a book. And inshallah, you guys are so much brighter that it won't be hard at all. And I'll tell you a secret about this lesson. You guys already know this lesson. You guys already know it. And I'm telling you, you know it because I taught you it before. So inshallah, let's see what it says in the box. Al-maktabu. Al-maktabu. What does al-maktabu mean? Al-maktabu. Perfect. The desk, right? That was simple. So already you guys know the first word. Al-maktabu, the desk. Let's look what it says after. Alal maktabi. What changed? What changed? You guys know al-maktab is the regular word for the desk. But when we add something, when there's two new things here. Ala and al-maktabi. Perfect. So someone said there's a kasra now. The kasra changed, right? It went from al-maktabu to al-maktabi. And where have you guys seen that before? Where have you seen that same thing? Where a dhamma changes to a kasra. Where have you seen that? Right, exactly after in book 1. I told you guys, you already know this lesson. You guys saw that in fi. Whenever we added the fi before it, something changed, the dhamma changed to a kasra, just like this one. But what changed it this time? What happened? What did we add? What changed it? Just like fi changed it, what changed it this time? Perfect, this word, ala. So al-maktabu, and then al-maktabi. So this time, ala changed it. This time, ala. And have you guys heard that word before? Have you guys heard ala? Have you heard it? Yes, definitely. Yes, a lot of you guys have heard it. It's in the Quran many, many, many times. Yes. So when we say alallahi, or when we say, I'm sure there's plenty of examples. And you guys, inshallah, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, and the only one I can think of is ala Allahi tawakkalna. But inshallah, you guys should have this assignment. Look through it, find some ayat with the word ala, find some ayat with the word fi. So this word ala, it means on. It means upon or on. So when something is on something else, or when something is, right, exactly, on the desk. On the desk, or on the table, on the couch, right? There's so many different things, right? And so Rabia made that connection. I don't expect you guys to know this, but it's like a preposition, just like fi. It's like, you know, those words that are like in the book, or on the book, or over the book, right? Those kinds of words. So those words changed the dhamma to a kasra, just like fi did. So let's look. They give us another example with the word fi. Oh, good question. Do you think this word is for feminine or masculine? Do you think this word is for feminine or masculine? Ala. Remember how I said it's just like fi? It's just like fi. Just it has a different meaning. Perfect. It's for both. Just like fi, you could use for fil haqibati, or you could use for fil baiti. You could use it for anything. You could use it for a male word. You could use it for a female word. Okay, let's look at the next example. Al-haqibatu. Al-haqibatu. So now they're going to give us another example, but this time they're going to show you how it's just right. Exactly. This means the bag. The bag, the little briefcase. And then what did they do? What did they do after that? Fil haqibati. What did they do? Perfect. They gave us an in. They added a fi. And we already know the rules for fi, right? We know that you add it before a word, and the word after always has the kasra. Exactly. You change the dhamma to a kasra. So fil haqibati. That's perfect. So I'm telling you, you guys already know the whole lesson. You already know the whole thing. So ala and fi, they're two words, and there's more words that do this, and you guys can inshallah find them by reading. Ala and fi, they're two words, they kind of act the same. They kind of act the same. And mashallah, yeah, after you know this, you can pretty much know the whole entire lesson. So let's see. I don't think there's any new vocab. There's a lot of review though. So inshallah, that'll be good. Let's look at the first sentence. هذا كتاب هذا كتاب وهذا مكتب هذا كتاب وهذا مكتب. So this is a review sentence, right? This is just like the first lesson in the last book. هذا كتاب وهذا مكتب. Right. هذا, this. It's a pointing word for things that are close. Kitabun, a book. Perfect. MashaAllah. I didn't see anyone write the book this time. This is a book. Wahada, and this. Maktabun, a desk. And what are these two words? I'm going to underline them. You guys tell me what kind of words they are. Kitabun and maktabun. What kinds of words are they? They're nouns and masculine. Good. What else? And they're indefinite. Perfect. So they have that tanween. They have this tanween for indefinite. Perfect. They're male nouns that are indefinite. Because there's no al. Okay, let's look at the next sentence they give us. And now things are going to change. Al-kitabu al-maktabi. So now you guys know that it's exactly like fi, except that it means on. It's exactly like fi, except that it means on. So can you guys tell me what this means? Al-kitabu al-maktabi. Al-kitabu al-maktabi. Perfect. It's simple, right? So who said book 2 was hard? Al-kitab. So the book. Al-maktabi, on the desk. Okay, now I have 2 questions. So the book is on the desk. Why does this one have a dhamma? And why does this one have a kasra? Is it a table or a desk? It can mean both. I use desk. But you get the idea. Right, so for the first one, it has a dhamma because it's a definite word, right? It doesn't have a tanween anymore. It has just one dhamma. And also, al-maktabi has a kasra because it's after the ala. That made it have a kasra. So the word before, just like when we did fi, the word before has a dhamma and the word after has a kasra. The word before doesn't really care, right? The word before is just the subject. The book is on the desk. The book doesn't really care. But when you're after ala, then it cares. Then it wants the kasra. Okay, do we write in books or notebooks? Anam, I would write in pencil if you're going to write in the book. I wouldn't write in pen just in case you wanted to change something. But you can write in either. Okay. So the next 2. Ala makes the word after a kasra, but if a word is before ala, it doesn't do anything. Perfect. That's exactly right. So it's always the word after. Just like we had fi, it's the same exact rules. Okay, next one is هذا سرير وهذه غرفة. Sure, here, I can explain it again. Okay, so the word ala, and we'll see it again in the second sentence. Or not in the second sentence, but it's this tiny word, ala and fi. They're these 2 tiny words. And they're marked in red in the box. They always, ala means on and fi means in. Ala means on and fi means in. What happens is when you want to say something is on something else, or when you want to say something is in something else, the word after that something else has to have a kasra. That's what happens. That's the rule. Just like we had fi. Salman, the reason why we're doing fi again is just for comparison, just to see that they're both similar. So whenever we had in the bag, al-haqiba had to have a kasra. When we wanted to say on the desk, the word after had to have a kasra. They're the same. Okay, does that make sense? So does the rule, okay, good. So the rule is just you have to have a kasra. Instead of having a dhamma, it's going to change. So let's look at the next one. هذا سرير وهذه غرفة. Perfect. Okay. هذا سرير, the first part of the sentence. This is هذا سرير, a couch or a bed, right? Okay, هذا سرير, A, but make sure you have هذا. Why هذا? Why هذا? Perfect, indefinite, and because سرير is male, that's exactly why. And why? How do you know that it's male? How do you know that it's male? Because there's no ta marbuta. Perfect. There's no round ta at the end. A bed or, a couch. Yeah, in the picture it looks more like a bed, so I think that they're trying to say it's a bed, but you can also use it for couch. هذا سرير وهذه غرفة. وهذه غرفة. So this part of the sentence was all male. There is no female for it. The bed is always a bed, it's always going to be male. So the next part of the sentence, وهذه غرفة. What does that mean? وهذه غرفة. Perfect. And this is a room. And this is a room. And why هذه? And someone already wrote this. And this female. Perfect. This female. غرفة. A room. Because غرفة has a round ta at the end. It has a ta marbuta at the end. So it's female. So this part of the sentence is female. And just like before, both of these words have a tanween. They're both a. They're both indefinite. Let's look at the next sentence. As-sariru fil ghurfati. How come the second part of the sentence is female? Amal, the reason why is because you have a wa separating them. You have this, it's a compound sentence, two sentences in one. So as long as the two things are matching, hada is matching with sarirun and hadihi is matching with ghurfatun. Okay, the next one, as-sariru fil ghurfati. Perfect. As-sarir. Now we have what? We have an al. The bed. Good. The definite. It's exactly Zainab. It's definite. The bed. Fi in. And perfect. It's a sun letter. As-sarir. In al-ghurfati. In the room. So whenever what happened? What's the rule? What happened? And this you already know. This part is review. They're giving this for a review. Al-ghurfati, fil ghurfati. The kasra got added. No longer al-ghurfatu, but the fi came in and kicked out the dhamma and put a kasra there. Exactly. This lesson is basically saying ala. This is the new lesson in this is ala. That's really it. Are we only doing lesson 1? Inshallah, yeah, I think we only have time to finish this up. Okay, the next one is al-qalamu fil haqibati. Al-qalamu fil haqibati. Let's do the first part of the sentence and we'll do the second part after. Al-qalamu fil haqibati. What does that mean? Again, this is a review. Al-qalamu, the pen. Perfect. Al-qalamu, the pen. So there's lots of review vocab, right? Fi in. And whatever we see in, we already know the next word is going to have the kasra. Al-haqibati, in the bag, in the little briefcase. And perfect, now they're definite again. Al and al. The pen is in the bag. But the second part of the sentence is the new one. Wal-haqibatu ala-al-maktab. Wal-haqibatu ala-al-maktab. Perfect. And the bag. Wal-haqibatu, and the bag is on. Since the fi is there, then it changed to kasra. Perfect. Yes. Al-haqibatu changed to al-haqibati. Just where I drew the arrow over here. Al-maktabi. Perfect. Al-maktabi is on the table. Is on the desk. So this again changed to a kasra. Okay, I have kursi is more like chair. There's no alif, so is in. Yes, exactly, Salman. All these is that we've been saying, you know, the bed is in the room, the pen is in the bag is on the desk. All of these, the is implied, right? The is understood. So one question. How come in the first, the bag, al-haqibati, there's a kasra, and the second one has a dhamma, al-haqibatu? How come one has a kasra and one has a dhamma? And they're almost right next to each other. Because of the fi from the first one, right? The first, al-haqibati, had a fi right before it. So that one had to have a kasra. The first one has a fi. The second one doesn't have anything. The second one is the subject of the sentence, right? The second one has the regular dhamma because there's nothing before it. It's the regular one. The ala made the maktab have a kasra. Yes, and it only had one dhamma because of the al. Why does kursiyun have ya when it has tanween, which means it is indefinite? Good question, Rayan. Kursiyun, the word itself has a ya at the end. It's not the ya of my. It's not the ya of my. Right, exactly. So it naturally ended with the ya. Okay, and that's a good question because we're about to get to the sentence right now. And good summary, Hafsa. Only the word after fi, only the word right after fi or right after ala has the kasra. Right after fi or right after ala, and there's also other words right after fi or ala have the kasra. And perfect. Ala have the kasra. Have the kasra. Okay, let's look at the next one. Mada ala al-kursi. Mada ala al-kursi. This is an interesting one, right? Because it ends with that ya. Mada, what? Good. Mada is the what question. What is ala on? What is on? Al-kursi. On the chair. Good. On the chair. Okay. This is a tricky word, right? Because it looks like al-kursi. It's got a ya at the end. Mada is a specific kind of what. Inshallah, we'll learn the difference, but it means what? What is on the chair? And perfect. Ravi is right. There's a kasra on al-kursi. Did you hear that? Al-kursi. There's a kasra. This kasra happened because of the ala. The kasra happened because of the ala. What is a chair? What is just a chair? Nothing before it, nothing after, just a chair. Yes, exactly. Just a chair is going to have a tanween, right? It's going to have a tanween. Kursiyun. Where did the first kasra come from? That's just from the word. The word is kursiyun. The word itself is, I'll write it on the side so you guys can see it. Shouldn't the kasra be under the ya since the ya is the last letter? It is. It is under the ya. It's just written on top because there's a shadda. Kursiyun. Kursiyun. So notice how this one has a tanween. But why is there why is there the da? Hira, it basically means what is that on the chair? What is that on the chair? Kursiyun. Change to al-kursiyu. And then when you had ala upon it, al-kursiyi. So do you see you basically took off the tanween, you added an al, and you put a kasra. Is the book to show the kasra? Yeah, it's highlighting the kasras in all of them. What's the difference between saying ma and mada? Aisha, it's a little kind of small difference. But basically mada is used when you want to say what is that on the chair. What is that on the chair? What is this on the chair? So you're pointing to like an object. Whereas ma is just like masmuk, what is your name? Not what is that your name. So inshallah you guys don't have to worry about that yet. It'll be clear as we go along. Okay, so the next one, Mada ala al-kursi, what is that on the chair? And then the answer. What's the answer? The answer is interesting because it's showing you a different, it's flipping things around. So inshallah it'll be interesting to read. Ala al-kursi kitabun. Ala al-kursi kitabun. Can you guys figure out what this means? Go word by word and try to understand it. Ala al-kursi kitabun. Yeah, exactly. Ala al-kursi. That's all one phrase, right? Ala al-kursi. On the chair. That's one phrase by itself. On the chair. On the chair. Kitabun. A book. So a book is on the chair, or on the chair is a book. Why is it flipped? In Arabic, you can flip it. Anam, you can flip it just because, you know, you want to emphasize one part of the sentence, or you want to say it some interesting way. But you can flip things in Arabic. as long as you keep things ala al-kursi, that goes together. That's one phrase by itself. On the chair. Kitabun, a book. So it makes sense in Arabic. On the chair is a book. How would you say my chair? Kursi. Yeah, Yusra, basically, you're not going to add another ya to it, but, you know, you emphasize the ya. Good. So you can do whatever you want. Anum, as long as you follow the rules, like putting a kasra after the fi, putting a kasra after the ala, those kinds of rules, you can flip things around. Just like we did over here. You could say kitabun ala al-kursi or ala al-kursi kitab. Can't it be the watch is on the book and the book is on the chair? Okay, inshallah we'll get to the bottom. The bottom is wrong for a reason. Ala al-kursi kitab. On the chair is a book. Wa ala al-kitabi sa'atun. Wa ala al-kitabi sa'atun. What does that part mean? It's very similar to the first part. It's very similar. وَعَلَى الْكِتَابِ سَاعَةٌ. And on the book, and on the book. This time you're talking about the book. And on al-kitab, the book, سَاعَةٌ, a watch. A watch. وَعَلَى الْكِتَابِ سَاعَةٌ. Okay, and now the bottom part. Does anyone have any questions? First of all, does anyone have any questions on ala or on fi before we get to the bottom part? Please, please, please ask, because that way it'll be, you won't get confused later on. Any questions? So basically, right, exactly, Faiza. So basically, the rule is, whenever you have ala, whenever you have fi, the word after is going to have a kasra. That's basically the rule. So when you want to say something is on something else, the word after has to have a kasra. I'm just not clear on the flipping around. Good, that's the part that I wanted to go over after I see if there's any questions. What does the third sentence from the bottom say? And exactly, Rabia, the words before aren't really affected, right? The words before aren't affected by the ala or fi, so they have a dhamma. 3 above from the bottom. Al-qalamu fil haqibati. The pen is in the bag. Wal haqibatu ala al-maktabi. And the bag is on the desk. Okay, anything else? Okay. Let's look at the bottom then. Let's look at the bottom. Yusra, inshallah, we'll send you an email for that. But look over the exercises. That'll inshallah be the homework. So let's look at the first one. Why is it sa'atun and not sa'ati? Sa'atun just means a watch. Sa'ati means my watch. Yeah, let's look at the bottom portion. The one that has the 2 checks and the X's. Al-kitabu ala al-maktabi. Al-kitabu ala al-maktabi. What does that one mean? And this is a sentence straight from the lesson. Al-kitabu ala al-maktabi. Good. And Zainab said definite. What's definite? Al-kitabu. Good. The book. All these al's. The book. Ala, upon. Al-maktab, the desk. So all these words, the first word is right, exactly. Al is very specific. So the book. There is the book. The book is your subject of the sentence, right? The book, where is it? It's on the desk. It's upon the desk. Sorry, ignore my up. Just write on. Is on the desk. The book is on the desk. And notice again, this had the kasra. So this was all one phrase. Alal maktabi. That's correct. We know that's correct. We can write a sentence like that. Let's look at the next one. Alal maktabi kitabun. Alal maktabi kitabun. Perfect. And this was the flip-flopped one, right? When you write the on the desk, right? Alal maktabi. Alal maktabi, on the desk. Kitabun is a book. Perfect. Aisha's right, is a book. And what happened with this one? You flip-flop them around. You can do that as long as you keep the kasra on the al-kitab. Those go together. This goes together. But what's different? What is different? Perfect, right, exactly. A book. This one is indefinite. This one is indefinite. So on the desk is a book. So this one means the book is on the desk, and on the desk is a book. Right, there's a slight difference, right? One is and one is the and a. So, you know, the first one is saying it's a very specific book that's on the desk. The other one's just saying on the desk is a book. Right? The first one, the whole sentence is right, exactly. The two words, the book is on the desk, and the second one is on the desk is a book. Just a very general book. And let's look at the X one. Let's look at the X one. Kitabun alal maktabi. Kitabun alal maktabi. The desk is on the book. It's written like that. This is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. Kitabun alal maktabi. Kitabun alal maktabi. Right. And I circled the difference. When you say this one, it means a book is on the desk. Right, and you guys already noticed this. Kitabun is indefinite, right? Kitabun is indefinite. You can't have that to be your subject. Kitabun alal maktabi. You can't have that to be the first thing in the sentence. A book is on the desk. You can't have that in Arabic. Instead, you have to have al-kitab. You have to have it definite, or you have to have that definite alal maktabi first. It's a little complicated. Right, it has to be definite. So you can't have the sentence. This one is the X sentence. So you can't have, yeah, you shouldn't. So instead you would have to say the book, or you'd have to say, if you really wanted to keep the book indefinite, you would say the second one. Alal maktabi kitabun. On the desk is a book. Is your subject. Basically, hada is your subject. So inshallah, we were talking about this. Inshallah, we'll explain this all to you next time. In Arabic, you don't want to have that indefinite be your first thing. You don't want to have the indefinite be your subject. In Arabic, we call it the mubtada. You don't want it to have the indefinite one. Remember, for now, you don't want to start the sentence with this tanween. Kitabun alal maktab, you don't want it like that. Just remember, for now, you want to keep it al-kitab. Or you want to keep it kitabi. Or kitabuka. And also, make sure you attend groups so your group attendance is marked. For the kids that don't have an Edmodo ID, it's because you need to keep marking your attendance. And inshallah, we'll send it to you. Yes, I'll say the dua and then we'll conclude. If you have any more questions, inshallah, just email. So, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.